what is happening in Israel today. And the level of interest in Messiah and the hunger for something to put inside, something real, something true, is astounding. We've never seen anything like it before. Just the amount of divine appointments that's coming. Wow. And so I want to make sure you have time to share that with you tonight. But I just want to say something about Aliyah. And for those of you who don't know me, I grew up in an Orthodox synagogue near Chicago. And so a big part of my life was reading the Parashat Shavua, the Torah portion every week. And this week it's Ekev. I already read it. I read it all before Shabbat, so I can read it again on Shabbat. And it is actually a very special one, near and dear to my heart. It is the parasha that our two oldest daughters used for their bat mitzvahs because they were born around this time. And it's also the scripture that when we first made Aliyah in 2003, we had a really hard time. I'm not going to sugarcoat Aliyah, okay? It's like, oh, move to Israel, your life will be perfect. No, and probably just the opposite. I mean, we don't even have Walmart, you know? But it's so, there's nothing like coming home, you know? And when we first came, it was really hard. We came with our 3 younger kids, and going to school in Israel, public schools, wow, you think they're bad here? It's very tough there. And then also we didn't know about support. Richard had a business when we lived in America. He was an appraiser. And we thought that would support us. And the Lord was kept making it fall down. And Richard kept going back to try to rescue it. And finally he said, you just pull the kids out of school and come back to America. I'll try to resuscitate the business, and if it doesn't go, then... Meanwhile, both of us knew God was tugging at our hearts to go into full-time ministry, but we wanted to work. We wanted to get jobs. We didn't want to be in full-time ministry, and we've always worked. But God had a different plan. And so, sure enough, we went back to America, but before we left, the Lord gave me a song. And it was about this time, the Torah portion was a kid, and I told a friend, I think we can't make it, and we're going to have to go back to America. This was in 2003. And she said, don't you know what's written in the scriptures? Jeremiah 42:10. If you will stay in this land, then I will plant you. I will not uproot you, but I will cause you to settle here. And the parasha that week, as I mentioned, it includes Deuteronomy 11. It's a land that flows with milk and honey. It's a land that the eyes of the Lord are always upon. It's a land that drinks the dew from heaven. It's a land that the Lord cares for. And so those words just all came out, and that's how I got Ha'aretz, which is our Aliyah theme song. And for those of you who have the Fine Linen CD, it's on that one. And it really resonated with us that when we went back to America, we knew we'd be back. Because what we had realized, or came to realize, is that Aliyah is not something you do. It's a decision. It's like, for those of you who are married, you don't say to your husband one day, oh, I think I won't be married to you today. I'll go marry someone else, but maybe I'll come back to you. You don't do that. It's like you're marrying the land. You make a decision. You're going to stay, and then God does the rest. He's the one who plants you there. And that's what we had to come to realize. So when we came back in 2004, we made that decision. We went with our 3 youngest kids, and we built an altar. That's what we do. When we have a significant moment, it's all through the Bible. And we built an altar of 12 stones with our 3 younger ones, and we poured oil on it, and we proclaimed to the Lord, we have decided to stay. And after that, everything fell in place. Wow. Like, just all the things that we were missing, and the Lord even gave us a ministry in the land, which many of you know. You come, it's our tent making ministry, where we receive tour groups in our home for an evening of worship and sharing. But what I want to do is share with you about what's happening in Israel today, because it's phenomenal. Some of you, oh, you know what? I almost forgot. Somebody have a piece of paper? All right. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, or just a piece of paper and a pen. Anybody have a pen? Oh, okay. So